So as I record this, it is 6:30 a.m. and I couldn't sleep, so I decided I'd grab a little coffee from the lobby and sit out on a bench for a little bit. So these are my views. It's no Paris, but it's got its charms. That there is where I live. That's my building. Well, anyway, I don't know why I'm even bothering with this, but get to know a little more about me. These shoes here, I bought these ahead of the first Sonic movie. I knew that Sonic was wearing Pumas, so I picked the most Sonic-y pair I could get. I wonder what I'll wear for the sequel. So just yesterday afternoon, I think it was, maybe earlier than that, I put up a community post asking for you guys' theories on what the next Sonic movie will be like. And I got some good responses. So I'm going to be reading out some of those today, and we'll discuss them. So yeah, don't ask why I decided to do the beginning of today's video outside, show you the neighborhood and all. But yeah. Now guys, the question is, do I order McDonald's breakfast? Do I? I've gotten a little chunky recently, but I feel like I deserve it.
And just a reminder, these videos are made possible by my supporters on this platform, so if you do want to support me, be sure to hit that big, beautiful subscribe button. And be sure to check out the Patreon link in the description below. Okay, so before we get fully stuck into these theories, I just want to say ahead of time, if your theory or your comment or whatever doesn't make it into these videos, don't fret. It's nothing personal. There's always a lot to work with when it comes to these videos, and I love the enthusiasm. And I do read every comment on those community posts. So don't worry, I've seen you. I know your name. I know where you live. I know your credit card numbers. And trust me, I think you're pretty cool. I just have to basically hand pick a bunch of them that I think would be best for the video is all. So, without further ado, let's get started. A plot leak teases Robotnik will be going after a special emerald that can destroy and create civilizations. I theorize that would be the Master Emerald, an extremely powerful gem that was protected by Knuckles' species of echidnas and could possibly tease a new big bad for the series since Jim Carrey is hesitant with a sequel. Yeah, I myself had heard that there would be a Chaos Emerald involved in this story. I can't remember if I heard it from the leak synopsis or if I just heard it from a rumor, but you know, it makes sense that Dr. Robotnik would find some kind of Chaos Emerald on the Mushroom Planet. After all, in Sonic 3 and Knuckles, Mushroom Hill is where Knuckles keeps the Super Emeralds. Now, if that is the case, this is going to be very accurate to Sonic 3 and Knuckles, a lot more so than I would generally expect with one of these Hollywood blockbuster adaptations. Which is wild considering that, for the most part in the first movie, most of the references to the game were very much off in the background, as opposed to being at the forefront, to the point where the only characters from the games to appear in that movie, aside from the after-credits scene, were Sonic and Dr. Robotnik. So, being as they're having Knuckles and Tails in this one, that's already a change in direction, but if they're having Knuckles have the Super Emeralds, or just any emeralds in the Mushroom place, Mushroom Planet, Mushroom Hill, I don't fucking care. It's already a whole lot closer to Sonic 3 and Knuckles than I would have ever anticipated after seeing that first movie. Now, as for Jim Carrey being hesitant to return, I'll be honest, I'm not sure where you heard that, as he seems very enthusiastic to continue playing this role. However, all the same, if he is out as Dr. Robotnik in future movies, I'm gonna be real with you. I think they would sooner recast the role than retire the character altogether. However, on a more skeptical note, I think if Jim Carrey departs, that's going to be it for the Sonic movies. As Jim Carrey was quite a major draw for that first film, and I can't see them continuing this version of Sonic without him. Maybe they'd do like an animated spin-off or something, like an entirely animated spin-off. I mean, I've been saying it myself, I think straight to DVD animated movies, or straight to streaming animated movies, if you will, and they've even got Paramount Plus, like, as a thing now. I can see that being something that comes on the horizon. They could get, like, a Jim Carrey impersonator for those animated films. Just something a little more low budget, but, like, that's another thing I've been saying is, I do not think that these Sonic movies are going to last forever. I don't think it's going to be the next mega franchise like Marvel, but enjoy it while it lasts, guys. Enjoy it while it lasts and take nothing for granted. Eggman will use the Sonic Spike to create Metal Sonic. Right? That seems like a no-brainer to me as well. It makes so much sense. Dr. Eggman still has Sonic's quill. And if that were involved in the creation of Metal Sonic, that's a really easy way to put 2 and 2 together. That is a really easy way to work Metal Sonic into the fold, and I think it only makes sense that we do see Metal Sonic somewhere down the line. I just want Robotnik to wear the full classic red suit, modernized and realistic of course. I was slightly disappointed that we saw another full black outfit in those leaked set videos. Still a fine design, but if they're going to fully embrace the game lore now, they need to at least have the red suit near the end. And I fully agree with that. So I get the feeling that maybe black is just what they're going for with movie Dr. Robotnik, but it's like, we had the flight suit at the end of the first Sonic movie, which I thought was a more than adequate design for Dr. Robotnik. Heck, add some little golden buckles to it, and then you've got basically a perfect adaptation of that modern Robotnik design. Or maybe add like a gold cape to it or something, I don't know. But either way, like, the thing is, like, in terms of redesigns, when we had the first Sonic movie, we obviously had Dr. Robotnik with, like, a full head of hair, a smaller handlebar mustache, and, you know, that's quite a deviation from the classic Robotnik design, but once he got in that flight suit, I was like, okay, I'm willing to accept this. I'm willing to accept that he's got a full head of hair in this version, and he's not all fat and stuff, but, like, then we got the classic look at the end of it, and he's still wearing the red flight suit, I was like, boom, that's Dr. Robotnik. That's the Robotnik that I know. That's the Robotnik that I'm kind of, you know, kind of love him. Kind of love him. No homo. In fact, no. Homo. Absolutely homo. Okay? And isn't Jim Carrey looking good for his age? Just wanted to point that out for a second. So I'm 50-50 as to whether or not this is actually going to happen, because it does look like they're kind of running with Robotnik wearing the black color scheme. But I hope they do the red as well. I get the feeling that they might do the black color scheme for Robotnik, as we've already got Knuckles in red, and when you have that sort of lineup of Sonic, Tails, Knuckles, and Dr. Robotnik, you've got these colorful characters, and then you've got Dr. Robotnik all in black. It does make sense. But we'll see. We'll see. We'll see. I hope he does wear red. I hope somewhere down the line anyway. So remember that episode of Sonic Underground where Dr. Robotnik creates a serum which gives people the speed of Sonic? Well, I think they're going to adapt that story in the movie and have Robotnik give Knuckles super speed to help him fight Sonic, but Sonic ends up taking the serum from Knuckles and uses it on himself because he wants to be the fastest thing alive, so he temporarily boosts his speed, making him faster than before. The reason why it's only temporary, because once you take the serum, you eventually get massive feet that are so big it becomes difficult to walk, and if they want to give us an accurate adaptation, they'll have to give us those big blue feet in live action. Moving on. Scenes I sort of already know might happen. Tom and Maddie will leave for vacation on their honeymoon, leaving Sonic home alone and having him adapt to life by himself without hiding. Tails will meet up with Sonic. Sonic will now be able to have a proper friend and someone who as different and unique like him. Sonic will be able to teach Tails how to play baseball and will finally have an opportunity to play with a friend, something he couldn't do in the previous film. Eggman will meet Knuckles on the Mushroom Planet, formerly known as Mushroom Hill, possibly. Much like Sonic 3, Eggman could trick Knuckles into thinking Sonic is his enemy and show him proof that he's still alive with the quill. Knuckles might have been banished as an outcast and can now prove to the Echidna tribe by killing Sonic. Agent Stone will be able to work for Gun free of being Eggman's butt monkey. Sonic and Tails will need to face against Knuckles and protect themselves from Gun. Sonic will grow into rage and vengeance as Knuckles is an Echidna, the same people responsible for Longclaw's disappearance. Longclaw could still be alive. Eggman will sneak under everybody's noses and will be able to uncover the Chaos Emeralds to possibly power himself to destroying Sonic and Tails. Sonic and Knuckles will realize that they aren't enemies and become allies to eventual friends. The Sonic heroes will unite. Tom and Maddie will return for the final battle and support for Team Sonic. We might see Super Sonic. Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles will be able to embark on their own adventures, but still have Tom and Maddie's support. Eggman being defeated a second time might either uncover Project Shadow or the manuscripts of Chaos, teasing at a trequel. Shout out to the person in the comments for the idea. Maddie's sister might finally get untangled from the last movie. Oh, buddy, I thought you knew. Maddie's sister starved to death. But yeah, there's a lot of good theories going on here, and I personally think that a lot of these will play out. As for Sonic going into an actual rage, I don't see that happening. I don't see this Sonic as someone that's going to get uncontrollably angry or anything like that. I think he'll suck it up. I think he'll see Knuckles at first and be like, hang on a minute, you're one of those echidnas and stuff, but maybe there'll be like a story about prejudice, or maybe it'll just fly straight over Sonic's head. Maybe Sonic will just have no prejudice towards Knuckles whatsoever, because he's just a really open-minded guy after living on Earth all these years. It's something that might come up in retrospect, maybe. Like, I think Knuckles will be the one to start the rivalry, though. I think Knuckles will be hunting down Sonic, and Sonic will think it's because of the Echidna tribe, but then it will unfold that it's Dr. Robotnik, and that's what I think it's gonna be. A post-credit scene will see Eggman uncovering either Project Shadow or a hieroglyph of Chaos. Now, I would love to see Chaos. I think he would be a quintessential blockbuster monster. But I don't think they're going to do it. I think it's just too niche. I know that the Sonic Adventure games are very popular in their bubble, which is very much a cult following, but I can't see them actually covering too much ground from the Adventure era. I would hazard a bet more likely Shadow than Chaos, if at all. But, I would love to see Chaos. Absolutely. As for Shadow, I think if they're gonna do Shadow, I think Project Shadow will not involve like a space colony arc or Maria Robotnik or Gerald Robotnik. I reckon it won't be Eggman that even uncovers him. I think it'll be a tease. I think Shadow will be Gun's answer to Sonic, and I think that will set up Sonic 3. Like, here's basically an estimate. Like, my own theory, basically, is that Sonic 3 will be called Sonic 3 because it features 3 Sonics. There'll be Sonic, the real Sonic. There'll be Eggman's own Sonic, Metal Sonic, and then there'll be Gun's own Sonic, which will be Shadow, and we'll have these 3 Sonics butting heads, and maybe the 3 of them will team up against Dr. Robotnik and Gun or whatever. Gun is in this movie, so Shadow won't be far behind. I have a feeling Robotnik will use Sonic's quill to create Metal Sonic. Just as I said, I think we're all in a lot of agreement here that Sonic's quill logically should create a Metal Sonic. It's just the perfect way. It's been set up early on, and that ties in with my theory for Sonic 3. So yeah, absolutely. I'm pleased to see us all in agreement here. We're all united in this theory. As for Gun and as for Shadow, I don't know. It could just be that Gun is a name they're just slapping onto the military from the first film, and that's kind of your reference, basically. But all the same, one can hope, one can dream. I hope we do see Shadow. My only thing is I do think Metal Sonic is the more likely one, but I think Shadow will be folded into it, but he won't be necessarily accurate to the games. He'll have different origins. Sonic might find the grave or remains of Longclaw after she fought off the Echidnas in the opening of Sonic 1, and is gonna attack Knuckles in a rage and set off his powers, and might go a type of Dark Sonic after he returns to his world to stop Eggman after Tails finds him, as Sonic getting angry was a setup in the first film. What do you think? I can't see him discovering remains of Longclaw. That's very macabre. Maybe a grave, or maybe the place where he last saw her, perhaps? Ooh, little voice crack. Should I edit that out and redo it? Nah, I'm too lazy. I definitely don't think they're gonna do Dark Sonic. I think that's way too niche. Like, you got to think, a lot of these movies start off as like these focus group driven things, and like, if the focus group are like, what the fuck is a Dark Sonic, they're not gonna put it in the movie. That's just how it works. It's a very cynical viewpoint, I know, but the industry do be cynical like that. And I think, yeah, his emotions are gonna come into play once again, his emotions setting off the breadth of his powers. I think, grief could play a role in that, absolutely. I can't see Sonic getting outright mad or outright pissed or ragey. We've seen him stand up for himself. We've seen him kind of, you know, be like, I've had enough, Dr. Robotnik, you're going to the mushroom planet. I'm fucking yeeting you onto another planet. But did I just say yeet in 2021? Mad. Absolutely mad. I'm gonna order that McDonald's breakfast. There's gonna be a joke about how bad fandom is, I bet my money. I mean, Sonic happened last time, and the Sonic Boom TV show exists, so there is potential. I think while they might riff or joke about the fandom a little bit, I don't think they're gonna ever make a point of saying the fandom is bad. Because that would just alienate a huge amount of their demographic. I mean, like, not their target demographic. They're targeting it towards kids first and foremost. But, like, yeah, that's it. Christine Chandler's confirmed for the movie. Not until, of course, after she's out of prison for fucking her mother. But, you know, still, you know how it is. But there's a lot to unpack there. But just to bear in mind, Sonic Boom, the TV series, did a riff on Christine Chandler. Like, there's a character in that show that is based on Christine Chandler. That's incredible. To think, like, to look back on that show and think, that character fucked their dementia-riddled mother. Just, ugh. Gotta feel for her. I'm thinking that it's gonna introduce the concept of Chaos Emeralds, given that Knuckles will be involved in the story, and maybe, just maybe, it might bring in Metal Sonic. Eggman seems very fascinated with Sonic's speed, that maybe he'll try to replicate it in one of his own robots. Well, assuming he still has Sonic's quill after all. I mean, he certainly seems to have it in the well, not post-credits, but post-like logo scene in the first Sonic movie. And yeah, it all adds up. We are all in agreement that that quill needs to become Metal Sonic. Paramount, if you don't do it, what are you doing? What are you doing, Paramount? What are you doing? I can't believe it. I cannot believe it. Jesus. From what we've seen, Gunn will definitely create more drama in the film. I think they'll be established in canon. It's too soon for Shadow, but the question, what will they be after? Sonic and his superpowers? The knowledge of his species? Or do they fully realize that Robotnik has upgraded to a bigger threat? I mean, that poses another question, like, what's higher up on the hierarchy, Gunn or the military seen in the first film? You know, like, the military in the first film was almost kind of a little bit bumbling, really, so I get the feeling that Gunn is going to be like the big guns, literally. And it looks to me like they are responding to the threat of Dr. Robotnik in the set photos that we've seen of Gunn in Green Hills. But maybe something more is afoot, Sonic 2, yeah. All I want is for Tails to have a good character build. I want him to be a badass, like, have you seen Spielberg's Tintin movie? That kind of thing. Yeah, I've seen Spielberg's Tintin movie, great movie, and I think, yeah, matches up with Tails really well. And I agree, like, I want Tails to be a badass too. Tails should be a badass. Like, the way Tails is written these days in the game, no, is crazy. They made him a cowering mess. And to be fair, this has gone on since Sonic Unleashed. And that's 2008. Like, when was the last time we had good writing for Tails? Even in Sonic Heroes, the guy feels fucking neutered. Like, we haven't had a good Tails story in ages, unless you count some IDW books, maybe. But what I'm really thinking of is Sonic and Tails are over on Emmy's channel. Great show. Great show. They got original Sonic voice actors back, and it's a really great coming-of-age story for Tails, and I won't go too far into it, but that's what I want to see from Tails. That's exactly what I want to see from Tails. Get that and put it in the movie. I don't know. As the cliche saying goes, Sega hired these people, or well, Paramount in this case. Instead of Knuckles being mad at Sonic, Sonic starts the rivalry due to Longclaw. I think it's important that they make it mutual. I think, like, Longclaw will play a role in that rivalry. And I think it's a good way of building it up. Makes it, you know, as I say, mutual. It's not just Knuckles being a dickhead like he was in Sonic 3 and Knuckles. Like, you know, they both have a reason to kind of prejudge each other. I think maybe a theme of this movie will be prejudice. And it's gonna be nice to see Sonic rise above that. Eggman and Agent Stone kiss on the lips. Buddy, I asked for theories, not confirmed plot information. Get the fuck out of here. Jesus. Longclaw is still alive, but either way, she's the one who sent Tails to Earth. Also, sequel stinger for Sonic 3 will have Metal Sonic. Again, we're all in agreement. Metal Sonic is, you know, he's on the cards. He's a no-brainer. It makes sense. And Longclaw still being alive? I mean, there's a deleted scene from the first movie where Longclaw actually dies. And I think there's a reason why they actually deleted that, because that's an amazing scene. Amazing scene. Great scene. I think they deleted it because they want to save Longclaw for something else. She's going to come back in a big way, but I mean, someone must have sent Tails, right? Someone must have. And you know what? I think that's so much better than the origin that Tails has in the games, or what we know of it anyway, where it's just like, whoa, that guy's hella fast. I'm gonna follow him. Like, I like the Longclaw thing better. The source of Sonic's powers, and the reason the echidnas are after him may be because he has a Chaos Emerald inside of him, the other emeralds being within 6 other characters, including Tails, given the yellow aura in the post-credit scene. If that's the case, I cannot wait to see Sonic poop out a Chaos Emerald. But there is absolutely a possibility that it could be infused with the power. I mean, like, that blue glow could be the color of the blue emerald. The yellow glow on Tails could be the yellow emerald. But all the same, I just think these are overlay effects. I don't think it's got anything to do with the emeralds, but I definitely think the emeralds will factor in. Might be wrong. I mean, I'd love to see Sonic poop out a Chaos Emerald. That would be a great bit of Kino cinema. Martin Scorsese would love it. Plain and simple, this movie is going to be the introduction of Amy and Metal Sonic alongside Tails and Knuckles. Most likely as teasers for another sequel or supporting role background Easter eggs, it will also introduce a Chaos Emerald properly. Maybe the whole story could revolve around fighting this all-powerful source of energy, diving deeper into the different zones seen on Sonic's map and how they all tie into the story. The ending will show that there are 6 more emeralds out there, and they gotta get them before Eggman does. There'll be elements diving into the Echidna clans and their history. Sonic will have a panic attack because they killed his bird mom, and I don't know, the post-credit scene will tease at Tikal or Chaos coming from the Master Emerald. Also, Knuckles is totally getting tricked by Eggman again before he ultimately teams up against him. Obviously. I'm not going to apologize for my directionless rambling nor the length of the comment. As a matter of fact, you're welcome. Listen, buddy, I don't know what gender you are, but there's beta males, alpha males, figgle-bottom males, and yogurt males, and you are a yogurt male. No apologies, top of the food chain. All these other simple alpha males in the comments section apologizing for their comment duration, and you're just out there eating your yogurt just like, nah, bud. This is my comment, you're welcome. I respect that, and I think you're on the money on several aspects, but I doubt we're gonna see Tikal the Echidna in this series. I just don't think it's gonna happen. Especially as the after credits. I remember when I was in the cinema seeing the first Sonic movie, when the after credits came up with Tails, there were some kids behind me like, oh, Tails! I don't think they're going to do that with Tikal. They're going to be like, who are you? And that's not the effect that Paramount wants. Those after credits are meant to get everybody hyped. So I think it's going to be, not Tikal. Maybe Shadow could be in a post-credit scene, as he could be the antagonist for a potential third film. Hopefully he'll be written as a sympathetic character like in Sonic Adventure 2, and not like how he's an edgelord who doesn't care for friendship nowadays. I do agree. I think the thing is, if they're going to do him as a sympathetic character, I just don't think that the whole Maria Robotnik stuff is necessarily going to work in a big budget blockbuster. Or at least I'm 90% sure that Paramount are going to shy away from that, but maybe he'll have some other sympathetic backstory. But like, yeah, I agree, I'd rather see the sympathetic take than the edgy take. Sonic and Tails go on an adventure to stop Eggman. Knuckles will be after Maddie and Tom, thinking Sonic is with them. The finale has Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles teaming up to stop the Death Egg robot. Sonic doesn't go super, I think that would be safe for Sonic 3. The post-credit scene will tease Shadow and the Death Egg. Sorry for the long comment. You don't need to apologize for the long comment. It's not even that long. It's a solid comment. You're all good. But yeah, I mean, Knuckles going after Maddie and Tom's an interesting twist, because I think they're taking very much a back seat in this movie, as Sonic will take up most of the screen time this time around, as it's going to be more like a Home Alone meets Sonic kind of thing. So the idea that Knuckles goes after Maddie and Tom would actually be quite interesting. I'd love to see a fight between Tom and Knuckles. Be interesting to see how that plays out. And a Death Egg robot as the final battle? Interesting. That's an interesting point. We haven't really seen any Eggman mechs yet in the series. We haven't seen a proper Dr. Robotnik mech in Sonic 1. We saw the basic Eggmobile, or the Eggomatic, whatever you want to fucking call it, but we didn't see like a contraption. I'd love to see a Dr. Robotnik contraption. And as you also mentioned, the Death Egg. I would love to see a Dr. Robotnik base. We didn't get one. We didn't get one in the first movie. This is their chance to do it. This is a chance to do it. And, yeah, maybe they'll start with a scrap brain. Who knows? I mean, we had his truck. We had a truck. That's what we got for a Robotnik base in the first one. Anyway, that about wraps that up. I think that's enough for today.
I'm just outside the bike shed, and there's people moving out, but they put their stuff out here. There's a good table, there's another good swivel chair. Look, they got Wii games. Tubs, a Ryzen 7? Man! Low-key want to take that, but there must be a reason why that stuff's all out there. You wouldn't just throw it away, would you? Maybe storage is tight? I don't know. Oh, look. There you can see the ping pong table and the communal areas. Come on, focus in on the bug. Yeah, look at that.
So what do you guys think? If you enjoyed this video and you want to support more like it, be sure to hit that big, beautiful subscribe button. And of course, in the description below are links to different social media feeds, including the Patreon. If you're feeling extra generous like the following people, who are David 20 Covers, JK Strife, Marcus Ward, Sirius the Skeptic, Biotin Arts, Mr. SP, Sergio, George is Lost, Legendary Ray Ray, Adam Myers, and Fayalan Schwarzentraub. Thank you guys, you are the best of the best, but as for the rest of you, thank you so much for watching guys, and have a great day.